I think Baggage Claim is next. I can't wait to see that one. That's more the type of the movies I want to see Trey in.
I got her addicted. I so in cheesy. I got her addicted. I go in deeply. I got her addicted. I'm the MVP. Addicted to it, addicted. Game time. It started with a model and a bottle full of vodka. Hey. Sophisticated woman and she say that she a doctor. DJ Finesse. I got a pretty woman, sexy on her own, and later on she texts me on the phone, said, I know you're young, but come show me your grown. Had sex in the city. Sex in
Truth be told, bitch, I don't know how to tackle this video. This is my third time trying to record this movie review, and I don't know how to attack it. So if I sound random as hell, just deal with me. So I'm talking to the people who've already saw the movie, because it's a pain in the ass trying to, you know, do the whole gist of the movie without telling too much. So I'm going to be telling like a lot of details. And if you haven't already seen the movie, just save this video and go to the movie theaters, watch the movie, come back, click the video again, and you know, we can chat. This movie was really, really funny. I said earlier this year Baggage Claim was coming out later in the year, like around in the fall, and Baggage Claim was more so the type of movies that I wanted to see Trey in. And what I loved, you know, about the movie, like watching the roll of credits, is it said Tremaine Neverson. It did say Trey Songz, it said Tremaine Neverson. Okay, boo. When he's an actor, he's Tremaine Neverson. I love it. I love this shit. I love this shit. Okay, anyway, that's another video. Trey, right, he plays one of the ex-boyfriends of Montana Moore, who is played by Paula Patton. So Montana, right, she's in a bind. She has to find a husband or a potential husband within 30 days because her little sister is getting married, and it's embarrassing that she's the oldest child and she has yet to be engaged or married. She is a 9-time bridesmaid. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That whole thing. And her mother has been married 162 times, and she puts a lot of pressure on her children to be married. So one of her best friends, the gay guy, the gay white guy, he comes up with the idea to remix one of her relationships. Just find her ex-boo that be on her flight, because she's a flight attendant, that be on her flight, find one of her ex-boos, reconnect, and, you know, by the time it's time for the wedding or the rehearsal dinner, you know, she got somebody to show off, like, hey, you know, blah, 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 blah. So Jill Scott, Paula Patton's other best friend, she's not having it, but she wants to support her best friend because she knows how much this means to her, so she just rides along. I don't want to say that Gail, Jill Scott, is a hoe, but yeah, she's the type of bitch that lets you come in her nostrils. Yeah. Back to Trey. Trey is in the movie within like the first 45 minutes of the movie. And he is the first ex-boo that she tries to hook up with. So his name in the movie is Damon Diesel, right? And he's this record executive or singer or something like that. He's in the music business, of course. At the time when Paula was originally dating him, Damon was a bum. How the hell in the movie did they pick Trey's MySpace page from like 2008 when he first got his haircut? Yeah, I peeped that. Like, she was like, I don't know if I should be with Damon because like he could barely take care of himself, so why would I even, you know, go back to him? So they was like, do you want to find a new husband or not? She like, I do. Get your ass on a plane to Houston, from Houston going to New York, because that's his flight, and you know, do what you do. So she gets on a plane and she doesn't see him. So she's getting ready to go. And she bends over to get her shit. And he's like, and then Damon comes up behind her and he's like, sure would like to be the stitches in that skirt. So she gets up, she turns around, and she's like, Damon. He's like, Montana Moore. So cute, right? So he flashes a smile and everything. She's like, you know, it's really good to see you, blah, 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 blah. You look so good. And he's like, and it goes silent. She's just waiting for him to be like, you look good too. But he never does. Which lets me know that he's a conceited motherfucker in this movie, right? He's like, yeah, I do look good. I look really good. Yeah. They walk in the airport and he's like, you know, how long are you in town for? She's like, a few days, you know, take care of some business, visit some family. And she's like, well, how long are you in town for? And he's like, long enough. And she's like, long enough for what? And he's like, long enough, you know, to spend some time with you, you know, if I'm allowed. She's like, well, you're allowed. And he's like, great, just come with me. So they go to this club. And this is real fancy high-end club. He walking in like a boss, like he owned that bitch. You know what I'm saying? The bartender lady walk up to him. She's like, hey, Damon, how you doing? What can I get for you? He's like, the usual. So he go and he take her to like the VIP area and whatnot. And they have their drinks and they talking or whatever. And she's like, you know, I really need to know to go back to the hotel and get some sleep because, you know, I need my beauty rest. So he's like, no, you could be awake the rest of your life. You still be beautiful to me. My clit is doing the Dougie at that moment. How Montana kept it together, I don't know. But she was like, oh, you're so sweet. And he's like, no. Being with you got me on some like Death Do We Part type shit. I'm thinking Sensational is going to be in the movie. Why not think that? Because in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he had 2 reasons playing in the movie. And I was getting my life. So I'm like, damn, he's going to have Sensational playing in the movie. You better do that, right? But no. I was salty as hell. So, you know, she gets so excited. Like, he might be the one. So while they having a drink, Tia, aka Janine, come up. And, you know, she's like, Damon. He's like, hello, Janine. Janine, this is Montana. Montana, Janine. So they're like, she's like, hi. And Montana's like, hey. And Janine, Tia. I'm going to just say Tia. So Tia's like, hi. She was like, Damon, when you get a moment, I would like to have a word with you about some business. Because they work at the same label together. Now, mind you, Tia's married. Okay, that's what Trey said at the table. Damon was like, Janine and her husband work at the record label with me. So Montana was like, cool, blah, 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 blah. So Tia was like, you know, I'll see you later out and we'll talk. And Damon is like, yeah, we will. So when Tia leaves, she gives Damon a side eye like, nigga, and walks off. And then Damon is like, we're worried. He was like, oh, to us. So they have a toast or whatever. Now, while Montana is drinking her drink, Damon drinks, but he never takes his eyes off of her. Never. He's like this. Take me to the... So cut to the next scene, right? They go to Trey's apartment. Or Damon's apartment. They go to Damon's apartment. And she was like, oh, wow, you know, you doing big things. And he was like, you know, work hard, play hard, baby. Da-da-da-da-da. He was like, things is a little different since the last time we seen each other. And she was like, I see. You know, you've done really, really well for yourself. I'm impressed. He goes up the stairs. He don't even help her up the steps. He knows she in heels, and he won't even help her up the steps. That's another thing. So they go up the stairs, and it's like this big ass cereal bowl that they got for a tub, right? It really looked like some shit that Trey just be sitting in there taking a bath in some milk, and he just had like his spoon and he just poured the Cheerios right there. Eat that shit while he's taking a bath. No extra bowl, just soaking his balls, eating Captain Crunch with the berries while he's soaking his berries. I wouldn't put it past him. I really wouldn't. Montana was like, you've done really well, but my nigga, I'm not getting in that tub. They cut to the next scene, and Trey is in the tub with all the bubbles and stuff. He's like, you know you want to get in. And she was like, even though I do want to get in, that don't mean I'm going to. Now, why in the bathroom there's a flat screen TVs, right? And when you cut them on, it's pictures of Trey. One picture, he's giving a sexy face. He's like, right? He's giving a sexy face, right? And then another picture is just his lips. Like the most conceited shit I've ever seen, right? There's a picture of his lips. Now, my only issue is that I wish they would have hit like the corner of his mouth with like some chapstick. I'm not talking about it, just like dry. It was really dry looking. I was like, you could just moisten it up like right here. You know what I'm saying? Just right. So they talking, they laughing and giggling or whatever. Tia goes to unlock the door, and when she unlocks the door, there's a chain on the door. So she's like, Damon. So as soon as Tia says Damon snitches on himself before he even hops out the tub. He's like, that's Janine. And Montana was like, from the restaurant? And Tia goes, oh, Tia was like,
David, I thought you said you weren't seeing anybody. That's Janine. David, well, this is your house. Why don't you tell her to leave? I can't. Why not? Open. This ain't my house. I can't afford this shit, man. But you driving around in that Range Rover and you have that Platinum Express card, that Titanium Express card. That shit hers too. I know you ain't got that hoe at my house. Who she calling her hoe? You. Shh. Shush me, I ain't shushing nothing. Open. You better shush, cause she crazy. I'ma shoot you and that bitch, cause you know I'm crazy. I tell you she crazy, she crazy. Open. Look, when she break down the door, when she busts through the door, you don't want to be here.
And then Trey's looking at the fire escape, and she was like, I'm not getting on no damn fire escape. They cut to the next scene. Her ass is in the pouring rain on the fire escape. And Tia busts through the door, and she's going all for Trey. She's throwing glasses, bottles, everything. She's like, get your shit, and get the fuck out. She was like, where's that bitch? I'm looking for that bitch. And Trey was like, I'm looking for the bitch too. All while Montana is in the rain talking to Jill Scott. Because Montana was like, I thought you said Janine was married. And Trey was like, she is married, but like sometimes she not. What tripped me out was the faces he was making. So basically, he's still a bum ass nigga. He just upgraded. Oh my goodness, Trey did so good. It was his part was definitely the funniest part in the movie. Overall, the movie was a really, really good movie. I enjoyed myself. I love romantic comedies. That's my favorite type of movie, romantic comedies. And it was a beautiful, beautiful story. Trey's part was the only part that I cared about. This really is just a Damon Diesel review more than a Baggage Claim review. But the movie was really, really great. Jill Scott was definitely my favorite in the movie. She's like my female fave. Everybody did really, really good. Baggage Claim is in theaters now. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Bring your girlfriends, bring your boo, bring your grandmom. Hey, if Trey brought his grandmama, nigga, you could bring your grandmama too. A lot of lessons in there. Of course, some moments are cliche, but even though it's cliche, doesn't mean it ain't true. It doesn't mean it's not relevant. Hope you enjoyed my little review of the movie, and I'll see you next time. Stop button.